Hello guys, in this video I'm going to take you on a tour around my latest exhibition here at the Project Space in Bermondsey in London, and I'm going to talk to you all about my latest photographic documentary project. Let's go. So the project is called the British Boot Sale, and it's a documentary photographic project. And before I tell you about the project, I want to tell you about why I do documentary photography. The last thing that I do it for is to make pretty pictures, all right? The last thing on my mind is to make a photograph aesthetically pleasing. I think pretty pictures are 10 to the penny, and it's definitely not about that. And it's actually not about telling a story for the present time, for these people here. It's actually, the way I look at my documentary projects is as if someone was looking at them in 30 to 50 years' time. You know, what would they think about the society that we live in? And I chose the British Boot Sale because it's just a fantastic snapshot of British society, and particularly our throwaway culture that we're in. And it's this throwaway culture that, you know, is causing a lot of the environmental issues that we've got currently. And the boot sale, the British Boot Sale, has got many, many things to actually get your head round, all right? Firstly, it's a brilliant place to go. It's a great day out. If you go to the boot sale, it's just a great day out. The people you meet are absolutely fantastic. But secondly, just take a look at what is being sold for, you know, 50p. It's things that people spent a lot of money on that are now worthless. And you need to ask yourselves, you know, do you need these products? Did you need them in the first place? And why are you going out and buying them again, all right? You know, it's not I'm no martyr for the cause here, that's absolutely a fact, because I'm the same as everyone. We are conditioned in the capitalist world that we live in to buy things like this, you know? You change the wallpaper, you need a new table to go with it and things like this, you know? And we've got to come out of that. We've got to come out of that way of living to be sustainable. And this documentary project, I hope, will just make people reflect on the society that we live in, because if we don't do anything about it, in 30 or 50 years' time, when people are looking at this project, they will say, well, there you go, people knew about it, but they carried on doing it. And that's why I do documentary projects. I do it for future generations, if you like. That's the way I see it. I do it for future generations to look back at our culture and the way that we live. Let's take a look at a few of these pictures. Let's look at this one here, which has got a cabinet of an American Indian sort of model with all of these objects that are obviously to do with American Indian culture, right? And I started talking to these couple here. They do house clearances, and they was telling me some wonderful stories about things that they collect from houses, from really expensive stuff that people just get rid of to things like this. And this really interested me because she was saying to me, this lady here, she was saying to me, no one's probably going to buy it. Now, who is going to buy that? But she realised that it was important to someone at some time. So she puts it on the table with the rest of her stuff. And you never know, someone might come along and buy it for like £1 or something silly like that, who would carry on that kind of passion for American Indian culture, all right? And it's things like this that you find in the boot sale that really, really interest you, all right? There's history here. There's personal history that people find and try to give it new life. And, you know, they were these wonderful people to talk to, and this is why I got that shot. I think it's a great shot that tells a lot about the British Boot Sale. Let's go and find some more. So continuing the theme of personal history on sale, if you like, we've got a portrait of a dog here. It's being sold for the frame, obviously, but the portrait of the dog is still in the frame. It's another house clearance, and someone's just selling off a load of stuff that they've found in a house, all right? But that was important to someone at some point, all right? We've got a picture of our old dog who sadly passed away on our wall in our house, and I can only imagine this is the same thing here. You know, these are people's lives that you are walking around in the boot sale, and it's just great. It's just great to look at and, well, document, in my opinion. Let's have a look at some more. Here we have Sleepy next to the Queen and Prince Philip, and I found that amazing when you walk around the boot sales and the way things are placed next to each other. People are unconsciously doing this, but when you come at it from, you know, an artistic mind, these juxtapositions are just, well, they're just funny, and I like to document them. And that one, you know, I really like that picture. Let's go and have a look at some more. I love this shot. I love it for the story that it tells. You've got people selling carpet at a boot sale, but I also love it for the composition of it, and it's a really, I find it a really great portrait. You've obviously got the guy here who is in this third of the frame, and then the portraits continue diagonally through the frame until you get to this dog. Now, that was a total fluke, and normally when you're doing documentary work, the best shots have got an element of luck into it. And that dog getting off the floor and looking directly into the lens as I took that shot was that piece of luck. And like I said to you before, it's a great story of people selling things at the boot sale. Yeah, so I really like this shot and the story that it tells. It's one of my favorites from the project. So the project is basically a kitsch reflection of today's throwaway society. The background message is quite serious, but the forefront of the pictures can be quite humorous, you know? And what I'm trying to say is really, you know, if you're not going to do anything about it, if I'm not going to do anything about it, if we're not going to hold governments, supermarkets, you know, whoever to account for the capitalist world that we live in, then we might as well look on at it and laugh, because in 30 or 50 years time, if we don't stop living like this, well, we're going to be in a very different world. So I hope you enjoyed this project. If you want to see the exhibition, it's at the Project Space in Bermondsey in London till the 14th of March, Saturday the 14th of March. I'm going to put details in the link of this description. For those technical people amongst you, I want to tell you this. This is being sponsored by Olympus cameras, all right? I took most of these shots with this very camera here. It's the OMD EM1, and I can tell you now it's an absolutely brilliant camera for documentary work and street photography. You cannot argue with it. So, and I'm not just saying that because, you know, they've sponsored this exhibition. It's absolutely true. All right, so thank you to Olympus, and thank you to the Project Space in Bermondsey for holding this exhibition. I hope to see you here.